My name is Sarah, and my channel is knottygnome Crafts. Thank you so much for joining me today for another video. This is Vlogtober, so I'm bringing you a new video every day in the month of October. And today's video is a collab that I am doing with T of Crumpets Tea and Sewing. So if you are joining me here from T's channel, hello, welcome. And if you are returning, thanks so much for coming back. So T and I decided to do a collab because I had received this pattern in a needle sharp box, so I was already planning to make it myself. And then I was watching one of T's haul videos, and she had mentioned that she had purchased the same pattern. So I contacted her through Instagram and was like, hey, we have the same pattern. Why don't we go ahead and make this dress as a collab? So that's what we decided to do. The pattern that we both made is the Deer&Doe Myosotis Dress. It's a very popular pattern, so tons of people in the sewing community have made it. And the paper pattern comes in sizes 34 to 46. I do believe that there are some extended sizes on the website that are PDF only, but I will be linking this pattern in the description box so you can go check it out for yourself. It is an oversized shirt dress. It has inseam pockets, and I made a version A, which has the sleeve ruffles and a tiered skirt, but you can also make a version that does not have the ruffles and is just more plain. The fabric that I used that I got in my needle sharp box is a rayon crepe, and I gotta tell you that crepe is not my favorite fabric to work with. I find it snags easily, and it's just not my favorite, like the texture of it. But I will say that for this dress, I think that it was an excellent choice for the pattern, and it drapes beautifully and it works really great for the dress. And spoiler alert, I'm super happy with how this turned out. So let's just get into the pattern review. So for sizing, I chose to make the size 36, and I did do a 2-inch small bust adjustment. So the finished garment measurements originally for the size 36 is 38.25, and I knew that that was going to be more ease than I really wanted. I have a sewing A cup, and so I did go ahead and do a 2-inch small bust adjustment, which ended up eliminating the darts. Both the bust darts and the waist darts were completely eliminated, so I didn't have to sew the darts on the front. However, when I made the small bust adjustment, it ended up shortening the bodice by 1.5 inches, and I have a long torso, so I actually needed that extra length. Even though I don't need it to cover my chest, I do need it for my torso. So I just, at the length and shorten line, I went ahead and added that 1.5 inches back onto the bodice so that it would fit me at my natural waist. Now, in order to match the side seams, I also added 1.5 inches to the back piece, and I did keep the darts in the back. However, that ended up being a little bit of a mistake. So what happened was that I needed the extra length to match the side seams, but I didn't actually need that extra length at center back. And so when I assembled the bodice, it actually like kind of dipped down in the back and kind of was droopy. So I remembered like, oh yeah, I don't actually need the 1.5 inch in length at center back. So I just kind of shaved. I started at nothing at the side seam and then kind of shaved off some fabric in the back so that I leveled out the back of the garment. And then of course I went back to my original pattern piece and I fixed that for next time. But it was just a little bit of an error on my part that I forgot that I did not need the extra length at the center back. And once I fixed that, it was like nice and even across the back, and I'm really happy with how that worked out. Because this was a needle sharp kit, it came with everything that I needed. It had the interfacing, it had the buttons. I think that's all that you need. I don't think that it just takes interfacing and buttons. This pattern, it's kind of nice. It doesn't need a ton of notions, which is nice for a shirt style dress. So it has this collar band, and I found the instructions to be like completely adequate. I was able to put it together with no problems. I will say that the V is a little bit deep, and I don't have cleavage, so like it doesn't bother me. So I'm totally fine with the neckline being as open as it is. But if you're someone who's a little bit more sensitive, you might want to think about possibly raising the neckline. I'm trying to think what else that I need to add. Oh, I did shorten the skirt by 3 inches. I'm 4'9", I have short legs, and I wanted this dress to hit me above the knee because I just thought that with the style, with it being so flowy and like free-flowing boho, that if I made it too long, it would just look, I guess like too bulky on me, that it would look heavy and it would take up too much, like all the fabric would just give me too much volume. So I wanted to make sure that I kept the dress short. So I took 3 inches off the skirt. I think that was perfect. It's about 2 inches above my knee. And yeah, the construction was really easy. It was simple to put together. I think I did it in just a couple of days, even with my limited sewing time that I have these days. It was really easy, simple to put together. Originally, I had planned to add waist ties so that I could bring in the waist or perhaps make a fabric belt. However, I decided to go ahead and skip that step and just try it on and see how I felt about it. And then if I really wanted to, I could always go back and insert some ties. But when I finished the dress and I put it on, I just absolutely loved the way that it looked. I had always been kind of on the fence about the Myosotis dress. I mean, I'd seen tons and tons of people on Instagram make it, and it looks great on a lot of them. But I just thought that having that loose, unstructured dress at the waistline would make me look even more like rectangular than I already am. So I was very hesitant about it. And I do still think that if I made the dress in a stiffer fabric, like a cotton lawn or a cotton poplin, something that is gonna like make the tiers like really stand out from the body, I don't think that I would like that shape on me. But with this really super soft, flowy, drapey rayon, I think that it looks amazing, and I'm so happy. In fact, when I finished it, I put it on, I went out to the backyard and like swished around in it for my husband just so he could see it, and he's kind of like amused by the whole thing. Like, he can always tell when I really like the things that I make because I have to like show them to him right away. But yeah, I absolutely love this dress. I was really pleased with the added ruffle sleeve, the length of it. It's basically like just past my elbow. And so with these sleeves that have a lot of volume, I don't like it when they're too long because they just get in the way and they're very fussy. And I just am not a fussy person with my clothes. I don't want to have to constantly be fidgeting with them all the time. And so because the sleeve length is like just past my elbow, that volume just kind of stays out of the way. So I really love how this like bell-shaped sleeve came out. And I love this dress so much that I actually want to make another one. And usually I am a one and done kind of person when it comes to dresses. I just have so many dress patterns, but I would absolutely 100% make another one of these in a flowy fabric like a rayon. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to mention was the fabric. So with Needle Sharp, you have an option of choosing from 3 different fabrics for your box. And I don't remember what the other options were, but this was the only option that I thought might work for me, but I was a little bit unsure about it because this abstract zebra print, it just isn't something that if I were shopping for fabric online that I would stop at and think about buying. It was only because it was offered in the box that I considered it, but I'm so glad that I did because I really love this fabric. I think that it looks really great. It's a nice alternative to like a ditzy floral or something that I would normally go for. And yeah, I just think that overall it looks wonderful. For the styling portion, I went ahead and went full on boho with the knee-high boots and the felt hat. And I just feel great in it. I love it. I think that you can probably tell in the video because I'm just so happy when I put it on and I feel wonderful. And I think that there's a lot of different ways that this dress can be styled. So I'm looking forward to pairing it with tights and maybe combat boots for the winter. I can, throw a jean jacket over it or a blazer. I think there's just a lot of different ways that I can wear this dress and have it look fantastic. So as I said, I could not be more thrilled with how this dress came out. I totally want to make another one, maybe like in the spring, do a more springy version. I do feel like the colors in this just make it really appropriate for fall and winter, even though it is a lighter fabric. And yeah, I cannot wait to see T's video and see how her dress came out. I know that she is always extremely detailed with her reviews, and so once you finish with this video, make sure that you go over to her channel and check out her experience with her dress, because I haven't seen it, but I'm sure that it's fabulous. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that you take time out of your day to watch my videos, and I will see you again next time.